Well, today I'm gonna do something that I never thought in a million gazillion years that you would be seeing me doing on the internet. I'm going to decant my spices. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about how to make your house easy. I think there's 3 steps. We declutter, we organize, and then we maintain it. So today we're gonna kind of zero in on that middle part where we organize, because once you get your house decluttered, there are actually some fun things that we can add in, but here's my caveat. I think influencers are really good at making every organizing solution look like it's perfect so that they can sell you a lot of products. But we're gonna find some winners today and some not so winners. And I will only recommend the ones that I think are a great fit for you and your home and will actually make it easier to maintain. All right, so I have a bunch of new organizing products here that we're gonna test out today. Like I said, I have 2 different size containers for spices. We're gonna decant them and label them and see if we can make my messy spice cabinet look neat, but also some fun things for the laundry room, under the sink for garbage bags and different things, and for your car to keep trash contained. This one I'm kind of excited about as well. So let's get started, because this spice cabinet has been driving me bonkers for quite a while now. So like I said, the first step is decluttering. This one is so important. Don't skip that. Don't go straight to organizing. That's what we often do. We think like, oh, if I get some new organizing containers, then I'll be able to make sense of this mess under my sink or in the laundry room or in our spice cabinet. But it does not work that way. You have to declutter first. So this spice cabinet, no matter how much I've decluttered it, you've even seen me put in a little bit of organization there, it never felt good because all the spices were still in their original messy, ununiform containers, right? So when I saw Cass from Clutterbug do a similar thing to her spice cabinet in her new house, and what she said was so good. She was like, sometimes we just do things to make them pretty, visually appealing. And all the other areas of my home, really, I feel like are pretty visually appealing, but this cabinet, ugh, gross. And a couple other areas we're gonna tackle today as well. So if you've followed me for any length of time, I am a former messy person. I grew up in a messy home. I love my mom, she is the coolest, but it just wasn't something that was modeled to me, and it wasn't ever something I cared a lot about. I always would rather be doing other things than cleaning my house and organizing it and tidying up. I actually have even said in the past that I thought organizing was a 4-letter word, because my experiences with it in the past were that I would try and put some kind of organization in place, maybe even buy some bins or something, and then inevitably it'd get cluttered up again and not work. And then I felt like a loser. And so I felt like the organization was just mocking me and being like, you suck at this, right? So for the longest time, I just stayed away from it. And I've joked that that's why I became a minimalist. I just had to keep getting rid of stuff so I didn't even have stuff to organize. But with a household of 6, there are things that we just have to have and keep and use, like spices and dryer balls and those kinds of things, right? So once I got my house decluttered, well, 2 things happened. I got my house decluttered, and I met Cass from Clutterbug and her organizing styles. So if you haven't taken the Clutterbug quiz yet, I would highly recommend it, because Cass teaches you how to organize for your wiring, your uniqueness. Despite what influencers in the container store make it look like, we don't all organize in the same way. So I'm a ladybug, and what's funny is, like, I had no idea what I was, but people would tell me based on what I was doing in my house. They're like, I think you're a ladybug, because a ladybug likes things out of sight and macro categories. And so I always want things behind cabinets and cupboards and closet doors. I don't like stuff sitting out. I really like the visual simplicity of having as much stuff put away as possible. But once it's in the cabinet, I don't need those little teeny tiny micro categories and containers. No. Just shove it in a bin and let's move on with life, right? So that's a ladybug, and that's me. Some people like the more macro categories. Tom is a cricket, which means he likes it out of sight, which is good. We're compatible in that way, but he likes the smaller categories. So once I decluttered and figured out my organizing style, then I felt like I was much more successful, because I thought that organizing was just those micro little teeny tiny categories and little containers. And once I learned that it's actually a thing just to have macro categories and bins that you toss stuff in, that really put my mind at ease, and then I didn't feel like I was doing it all wrong. Now, when it comes to spices, that's just gonna be micro by nature, right? Like, I can't mix like the cumin and the cinnamon together, right? So that kind of is what it is. But you will see where I make some macro categories then as we go up further in the shelves. And so far, these containers seem great. It's kind of hard when you're just scrolling on Amazon trying to pick out the best ones, but they're easy to use. And I think the lids have both the like shaker side and a part where you can scoop. Probably you just flip it off, but they're a good size. I think they're the right size for this type of project. And so far they are working really well. And these jars, so it's a set of 24, I might say 25, but it's actually 24. And they come with this little like funnel thing, but it like expands. So for some of them, Adeline wasn't using it. She thought it was easier just not to, but then for some of them she was. And then she's like, do I have to clean it out between each time? And I'm like, do you know me? Like, no, I don't care, right? I don't think it matters that much. I was like, maybe if you do like cayenne pepper, then maybe we'll want to clean it out. But I think for everything else, it's probably not that big of a deal. So for some of you, that's probably like horrifying, but you know, it's fine. But what also is very impressive about these jars is they come with labels to put on. They have ones that are already filled out, and then they have blank ones, but they have 3 different styles. So you have the white, these are clear, and then you also have these black ones. I almost did the black, but then I liked the white one out. And there is, I mean, they have just like all the things, like all the spices and stuff I think you would use. I don't know, it depends on what type of cooking. For us and our pretty like vanilla cooking, it was pretty impressive and like super easy. And then it says they're like, they shouldn't get dirty. They're like, I don't know, stain proof or whatever. So we'll see how they hold up over time. But I really liked how easy this was and how uniform everything looks now. Okay, so here's where we're at. We have 25 jars filled. Sorry, Adeline, I told her she wouldn't be in it. 25 filled, try not to get you. These are all the empty containers, and then I was just working on filling some bigger containers with some stuff. For everything except one, there were the labels. I couldn't even believe we have this like 5 spice. Do you see it? Yeah, this one. We have this like 5 spice. It's an instant pot recipe we use it for. I'm like, oh, they're not gonna have a label for that. And then I'm like, oh my goodness, they do. So wide variety of labels. So that I've been very happy with. The only thing they didn't have was for hamburger seasoning. So I'm gonna get like fine point Sharpie. There's blank labels in here. Okay, so take, how do we get this out? I don't remember how we got this in here. Oh, okay. It's kind of a tight fit. Here is the new bamboo shelf, and it is adjustable, but I think it's just barely gonna fit in here for my rough measurements. So I don't think we will have to adjust it at all. I don't even know actually how many this holds either. So we have 25 jars we filled, and I don't know. Oh, that it fit. Wow. I was a little nervous. Okay, let's see.
That's cute.
Adeline says it's cute. Good. You actually really like organizing, don't you? You like stuff looking like really. At first she was like, why are we doing that? And then now do you understand why? Does this feel good to have them all in like matchy containers?
Yes, but it's unnecessary.
Yes, but it's unnecessary. Okay, well, there you go. See how there's a little bit of a gap? We should be able to slide it out. Oh yeah, just like that. And then it fits perfectly. Now, the moment of truth, how many jars can we fit on here? It's so funny because I'm always like, oh, this will be a quick project. Like, this won't take that long to fill, 20 some spice containers and everything. I want to show you where we're at, but we have a giganto mess. We also have extra spaces here, some that are just extra to refill from, like the whole container didn't fit into the little jar, and then others that we just decided we don't use frequently enough to put into a fancy jar. So what I want to do, I'll show you what I've added here. I think it's going to work. Okay, how good does this look though? Isn't that just beautiful? It makes my heart so happy. These jars, my friend Christy, her and her husband make this, and so they were actually in the same style of jar, so we just replaced the lid, and I wanted to leave the labels on that she created, but otherwise the rest all got switched out. Are you seeing the problem though? You can't see the names of the ones in the back. You have to kind of do the thing where you like lift it up and look at it. I did put them in alphabetical order though, so that'll make it easier. And then in the front, these are the ones we use all the time. So I wanted those to be easy to grab. Really, the rest of them we don't actually use that much, except for our garlic powders there. So I think it's still gonna be okay, and just, it looks so nice, I don't care. Then up to the next shelf, doesn't this look nice too? So I had this clear acrylic container because this is up too high. I have to be able to pull the whole thing out. But we have the cumin, salt, in the back is baking soda, baking powder, and then an empty one that we decided we would just leave and see if there's something else we wanna put in there. So that's really nice. And then up here, one is gonna be for refill spices, refill containers to refill these. And then the other one is just gonna be for the extra stuff like pumpkin pie spice or the things that we just don't use all the time. But I like that they're white because what's going in those are still the original containers and I don't wanna see it because it looks messy. Okay, so it feels like a big mess, but let's work together, see how quickly. Oh, I've also been writing the extra spices we need. We realized we need some spices and things too, so it's on my mobile shopping list. Anyways, let's see how quickly we can get this pulled back together. I honestly did not think this would take long at all. I'm like, give us 10 minutes, Adeline and I working together, we can have this all done. It took so much longer than that. I'm like watching the clock. I needed to go pick up the other kids. And I hate that when it feels like you have this idea of like, oh, I'm gonna do this little project, it shouldn't take that long. And then you have this huge mess and it takes longer. And then like, you know, people come back home and they're like, what are you doing, right? So I was really committed to seeing this completely through, getting it all finished up, getting, you know, finding bins for the upper shelves that I knew I was gonna need, getting everything cleaned up, and then anything extra, like extra jars or empty jars, just fully deciding what I'm gonna do with them and not having it just lingering around, right? Like that's the worst. You have extra lids or jars or different things. So I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen. And also, well, you know what else happens to me is I get excited about the other organizing products that I wanted to try out. And then I'm like, oh, I'll come back to this later. I'm just gonna go on to the next thing. And I'm like, no, you are not doing it this time. So this is something I've learned and I've practiced over time now, like fully complete something before you move on to the next. It feels so much better. This honestly makes my heart so happy though. I'm like, whose kitchen is this? This doesn't even look like my kitchen. This is, in the past, if you undo me, this is so far from anything that I could do. And I understand when Adeline says like, it's a little excessive, right? It's a little extra, but it makes my heart so happy and I'm thrilled with it. I think it looks awesome. Okay, so this next thing is for garbage bags. It's a, I don't know, a holder thing that you can put them in. Tight fit in there. Welcome out. Okay, so it looks like this, so this side of the bag can come out. And you have a lid you put on top. So the idea is that you can feed the bag out the side. And we just have ours, you know, in the box right now, so it's not attractive. I'm just feeling like this is kind of big though, is my only concern. Oh no, and it might not fit with our water filtration system. But it's pretty, right? So will this fit in here? No. I mean, if we like propped it up, it's getting caught on here. It's not sitting flat on the bottom. Darn it. I mean, would it be worth finding something to like prop it up on? All right, I have an idea. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so I keep a few extra organizing bins in the basement. This was left over from doing the bathroom. So what I'm wondering is, could we pull it all apart? Oh. Let's try this again. Could we put this in here and then set this on top of it, because then I can slide it forward. I don't love how it slides. I would probably take like a piece of packing tape and put it on it so it's not moving around at all, but still easy to get to like refill it and then ideally pull the bag out. Kind of feel like this hole doesn't even need to be that big. Why did they make it so big? Is it worth it compared to the hefty box, which PS, I don't get brand name garbage bags. Tell me that because I always get the generic ones. You know, does it look, I think it looks nicer. I think it's worth it. So and then we had a little bit left over from the generic ones, the previous ones. So I think what's nice is we can store all of this in there. So let's put it in and then we can make our final call. And I'm gonna put the hefty ones. See, I'm questioning my system now because when you go to like pull it out, is it gonna pull the whole thing off? Like that's not good. Maybe we can get a little more weight in here. Kind of wish it wasn't even clear. You don't even actually need to see the garbage bags, right? Do we think there's any other options on Amazon? All right. not sure how I'm feeling about this. I still think it looks nicer, but... Okay, well, through the magic of Amazon one-day delivery, it's the next day, and I was able to get a new holder. I wasn't sure if I should put on a different shirt or not. I don't know. I often wear the same shirt all the time, so. Okay, so this was a different one that I got. It's just slimmer and more streamlined. It kind of bums me out a little bit because I really like how this one looks. Like, I like the wood thing. It's just, it's cuter, but it's not fitting in here well. So I'm gonna pull this out too. And we are gonna put the bags into this one. Let's see, they just slide in the end here. So it is kind of nice that I can put one roll on the bottom, one roll in the top, and then we still have these little extra ones that I'll just put, I'll probably put that in the bottom. That's kind of like the extras. So, does it fit? Well, I didn't even test it to see if it was gonna fit before I slid it into place. Please fit, all right. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit. Shoot, what was I thinking? Okay. Will it fit? No! Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, it's hitting this right there. So then we're back to our, where did that other thing go? Putting this guy underneath. All right, well, let's see if that will work. Okay, actually that works really well because then it sits up higher. And this one, the good thing about this one is that, where'd the screws go? It has some screws. There are screws that come with, oh, they're kind of long though. I was just thinking that it would be nice, I think, to screw it to the wall so it doesn't move at all. Although it's pretty heavy with all the bags in it, so maybe that's not an issue. Probably the real test is, does it move? Oh, it doesn't actually even move when you go to pull the bag, so maybe it doesn't need to be. I think we might have found a winner here. Okay, again, it's not quite as pretty. I really like the wood lid on the other one. If you have room for that, I might recommend that one. But it's very nice and streamlined, and I really like that. And again, it looks better than the red box in there. So this, I think, is a winner. It was expensive. We're not supposed to say prices of Amazon products because they change and stuff, but it was around $40 for the double one. That's a lot of money for me to spend on something like this. But all of the acrylic things I've put in our home, we have had for multiple years. So I do trust that it'll be something that we will have for a long time. So, you know, I don't know, you'll have to decide for yourself if it's worth the investment or not, but I really do like how it looks. Okay, I wanna go to the entryway and try out these shoe things because I think they're gonna be really good. But a couple of things I got for the kitchen. This is a coffee mat, or it goes onto your coffee maker. It's an absorbable mat, so if like people drip coffee and stuff. I got it from my parents' house to put under their coffee maker, but it's not as big as I thought it was. And so isn't it hard sometimes on Amazon, everything looks bigger than it is. So this I'm going to send back. Okay, update. I did end up getting a larger mat for my parents' like coffee station here, and it works so well. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so it comes in different sizes and colors, but here's why it matters. If you have a traditional style coffee pot, this one drips all the time when you're trying to fill your coffee cup. So let me show you here. For example, I'm gonna take my dad's thermos and, oh shoot, I don't have it open. Oh no, I dripped all over. Do you see how it just absorbs into it? And then it dries and you don't even know. So this has been awesome. We love it. And then you can just take a washcloth and wipe it off as you need to, but this has been working really well. This is one of those roll out things that goes over your sink. I want to test it out, but there's dirty dishes in the sink right now, but it's fine. I don't like having a dish rack next to the sink. We just don't have a lot of counter space and that's not a priority to me. So normally I just put this mat right here next to it and that works fine. We used to have a rack that went over here. I didn't like that it was sitting out all the time. I like how compact this is. And so this just rolls out over here. I've been thinking about getting one of these for a long time. I thought it would go across the whole sink. What are we doing here? I don't think our sink is like an extra large size. Why does it? Oh, I guess this is deeper than normal, this side is. But still, why doesn't it? It's not the full length. and it's a little bit too wide. I probably just need to actually measure it and get one that fits. I'm just trying to decide if I actually like the idea of it, if we would use it, or if it's one of those things you'd get and it just sits under the counter. This is supposed to be like quick and easy, right? Why does everybody do so much work? All right, I'm sending this back. Let's go to the entryway. Okay, so it's 6 people in our household. We just have a lot of shoes that we deal with. I like these because they create more space, especially if you have a small hall closet, or you can use it in a master closet, anywhere you need more shoe storage. I got these because I have a different style in here I want to show you. So we put these ones in, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It's been a while. They've held up great. They're only adhesive. You only use like adhesive to put them to the wall. So we're kind of like, meh, we'll see if they actually stand the test of time. So my only regret is that I didn't get them in white. I got the dark color because I'm like, oh, I don't want them to show dirt and mud. And now I'm like, no, what was I doing? I like them just to blend in more. So we have that one there. And then we also have one here at the end of the closet. And again, has held up really great. So that's the style we've currently been using. And what else is neat about it is you can actually put a second pair of shoes with this style. You can put a second pair of shoes in the front of it. So, well, these are just kids flip-flops, so you have to like stick 2 together, but like adult flip-flops, you can also put like a second pair in here. Oh, I thought you could. Why are they falling through? Maybe those aren't the right style. I don't know. You're supposed to be able to put a second pair of shoes in them too. I'm probably not doing it right, whatever. But if you want to somehow, some way store an extra pair of shoes in there, you can. All right, so these only hold a single pair, but they're just really nice and neat looking, and then they have a hole here. So again, for like, see, I'm wondering, because these have a really thick sole, I don't think they're gonna work not so well. Kinda, I mean, it's fine, but I don't know if that's the best. Let's see, these ones are a little more normal. I don't know if there's a certain, like that's better. I think you want it to stick through like a little bit. That looks more normal, right? Kind of depends the type of shoes. These get kind of stuck a little bit in here, and I feel like that would rip it off the wall. Where these ones, it's very easy to like put them in and out. And on the top, there's this bar that kind of like stops them from going through any further. What other stylish shoes? Like kids' shoes. I just don't actually want to stick any of these to our wall if they're not gonna be good. I was like, oh, just put them up, who cares? And now I'm like, meh, I don't know. So let's see for kids' shoes. That works really well. They just might be a touch on the small side. I don't even have super big feet, right? So maybe that's what they would be better suited for, is like kids' shoes. I think I actually have some more of these in the basement too. I mean, I feel like I'm striking out a little bit, but I also want to be very honest with these things. Like I probably could put up a nice row of these and find all pairs of shoes that fit in them nicely and be like, wow, these are the greatest thing, you should get them, right? But I'm like, I will not do that. I don't think that's cool. You know, I've bought things off Amazon by someone else's recommendation, and I'm like, how did this work for them? This doesn't work for me, right? So I've tried to be very honest and truly only endorse products that really do work well, and I'm committed to just sending back anything that doesn't work. I don't like to be wasteful in that way or have extra shipping and all that, but I don't know. All right, let's go to the laundry room. Also, this shirt, I have the lighter color of it, and I just liked it so much. It's like so comfortable and easy to wear. The material is nice and thick, so it doesn't feel like grabby, but it's not hot. And then there's so many different color options. You can like pick the right colors for you. And so I ordered it in this color too. And between the two, I wear them like nonstop. And so to the point where sometimes when I go places, I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing the same shirt again. I don't actually really care. But that's how I'm wired. I don't expect everyone to be like that. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here? Lint bin. I think this, I would like to know. I think there are 2 types of people. I think there's the type of person that would put a magnetic lint bin on the side of their dryer, and the type that wouldn't. I think Cass put one of these. Here it is. Ooh, double bubble wrapped. That's wasteful, huh? Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's actually like pretty good size. I don't know how to compare it. It has a big magnet on the back. What's inside? Oh, and then you could also mount it to the wall too, if maybe you're dryers up against a wall or something. That's nice. Now, the reason I thought this would actually be good is because some people actually save their lint, right? To like for birds or different things. Also, we have a full-size garbage can in here because we don't have a garbage in the bathroom right through here. And so then it like doubles for both. But I think this could work just as well for like a laundry room garbage can, because usually you don't have like big things. It's just little things that come out of pockets or that kind of thing. So let's see, we'll stick it to the side here. Just like that. And it is a pretty strong magnet. Like that feels really solid. And then you can just put your lint in and then you can just pull it off to dump it out. I guess that would be the only thing if you mounted it to the wall. Oh yeah, you can just unhook it. So I don't know. I actually think that's kind of fun. And it's just kind of cute. So again, I don't know. Are you the type of person that would use this or not? I'd be curious to know. Along those same lines, let me grab this other thing. This is a magnetic rack for your dryer balls if you use those. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with those because they always get like caught up in the laundry. Oh, why did it come with, it like came with a roll of garbage bags? I don't know. I don't always understand all the things come with. Okay. But there was a few different styles on Amazon. Some of them are really big, but this one looked kind of like a nice size. And again, it also has these adhesive things. These are the same style that the shoe racks came with. They're very strong. Now, if you're doing it to a wall, it'll probably destroy the wall when you take it off. I have no idea because they're so strong. So that's always the risk we're running, right? But just so you know, it does come with those. Otherwise, it has magnets too. I'm gonna move this out of the way for right now. This just sticks on. Oh, that feels like an even stronger magnet. And then let me grab our, see, I don't even know if I know where all of our dryer balls are right now. I think we have one right now. I don't know. But then they just go in there like that, so it's easy to grab them. I like that better than having them in the bins up on top. You know, one other tip though when it comes to the dryer is that often we get static if we are over drying our clothes. So if you really watch your dry time and just really try not to over dry, that pretty much eliminates static. So we use the dryer balls only if we feel like we're putting in like nylon-y materials or something else that's just really prone to static, or sometimes more in the winter when it's drier here in Minnesota. But definitely we don't use them all the time. Hence only having one. I don't think one does anything. So anyways, this I like. This I think we will keep. I think that's really handy. The lint bin we probably won't, just because we do have a garbage can in here that stays right under here, but I do think it's kind of cute. Now, one other thing, let me show you that goes with the drying rack. So this drying rack we have had for multiple years. I mean, it's been at least 2, I think it'll be 3 this August that we've had it. It works so well. And what I like about it, like I can reach it pretty easily, but it also, you can adjust it down. So for some people, well, if you don't have stuff under here, you could just leave it at that angle, or it's easier to load it like this and then you could put it back up again. So this is great. It was a little bit of an investment. I don't know, it's been a while, so I don't know how much they are right now, but obviously I will link to it. But something that you can add to it are these little hooks. And we had gotten these actually for our camper. I had seen them. Is this style of hook. So these actually fit over a shower rod too. So like in the shower in our camper, these work really well because you can clip on like swimsuits and that kind of stuff, or other unmentionables, especially if you don't want to take up all the racks with that. You can just put these right here and then you can clip stuff on. So if you have smaller stuff that you're trying to dry that just sometimes falls or doesn't work as well on a drying rack, then these work really well. Or again, you can put them in your bathroom if you want to dry swimsuits or that kind of stuff. All right, so I think we have some wins in here. My confidence is being restored. Let's head out. Okay, I have my handyman Corbin here. Come here, buddy. He's my super helper. I knew I had another box of these shelves in the basement. I thought they were still the navy ones, but they're the white ones, Corbin. So the brackets are actually white, which I really like. Cool. Do you remember the first time we put these together? So when you open the box, it's a little intimidating because it's just a bunch of like packages and the like little rails, but they're actually very easy to put together. Do you remember? So basically we'll assemble it and then we'll get the sticky things. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so you get it put together like this, and then What's kind of neat about these little adhesive things, so there's a little plastic like nut screw thing you take off, and then you put it, wow, why can't I get it off? Can you get one off, Corbin? Here, see if you can take that off. I'm like, it's so easy.
You just twist the nut.
Oh, now I got it. Okay, that one was just a little tougher. Okay, anyways. So you twist it off and then you just put it on the back through here, and then you put it on again, and then you can just stick it to the wall. All right, I think I'm about to lose my helper. I think Grandpa just called, and Grandpa trumps Mom, apparently, so it's fine. Okay, so where I want to put these, I want to put one on the wall right here above this rack, and then one more above here. Okay, so I'm just going to peel the backings off of the adhesive pieces. You know, when we first put these up, we were very skeptical of anything, you know, that's just stuck to the wall by adhesive, especially in a closet where it gets a lot of use and kids and, you know, all of that. But like I said, we've had these a year and a half and they have worked so well. So that no longer concerns me. Getting it the right direction concerns me. Okay, angled side up, so it goes this way. All right, and I'm just gonna eyeball it to see if we can get it pretty straight on here. You know, I think we could put two here. I think I'm just gonna go kind of low with it. And yeah, that's actually pretty straight. Okay, and then we're just gonna push the adhesive into place. And then what you do is you take the little screws off again and go back and push them down really well and then put it on again. But still, like, super easy. Let's get the other one in place and then I will do that. The only thing I'm thinking is I should probably put a shoe in just to make sure I put it up high enough. So if there's a shoe in it like that, these hats don't actually have to be here either. I think the right side could go up a little bit, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it off now. Nope, it's stuck. Okay, it's staying there. So this, I was thinking this would be nice just for like dress shoes. Like Tom has these shoes that just do not get worn very frequently at all, but they kind of take up valuable real estate. I really like these open shelves here at the end. So I'd rather put like everyday shoes on here and keep shoes that are worn less often, like dress shoes, up out of the way. And these will fit, you know, easily on here. So men's shoes, these are like size, I don't know, 14. Yeah, 14. They fit. So these ones I like a lot better than those other plastic ones I showed, just because of the versatility and the size of shoes. So this looks awesome. All right, I'm going to take off the little screws and make sure everything's pushed down well. And then I think we are in business. Look how much extra storage that gives you though, taking advantage of the vertical space. Isn't that awesome? Okay, these are all set and pressed into place, which is good. I'm gonna let the adhesive like cure for a little bit and we can load it up with shoes. But I just had an epiphany. This comes in a 3 set, so I have another white one. And because I just screw on the wall like that, I could switch out this one for a white one. It's one of these things, it's a huge deal, doesn't really matter, no. But it would just make my heart really happy. So I'm gonna swap that out really quick. Okay, we're back in the kitchen. I forgot. I should have been more organized. This actually looks kind of cool. So this is an outlet cover that also works as a shelf that you can put things you're charging on. So, and then there's a hole for the charger to go through it. So let's swap this out real quick and then I will show you what I mean. All right. I couldn't find a flat screwdriver, so I just like to use a butter knife for this. It works. All right, so you take off your switch plate cover. So it has both styles. So it has this style and this style, depending on what your outlet is. So this is the plate that comes with it. Oh, and it looks like you put it over it. So you put this on it together. So let's try that. Oh, I think I didn't have the plate on the right way. There's like, it's kind of indented here. That was probably part of the problem too. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, now we're in business. Okay, this is gonna work. It's actually a metal plate, so this all feels very sturdy. And then from there, we can put this piece on for the little shelf. Okay. Where's the phone? It's right here. Let me grab a different one. Okay, so charger here. device here, power cord through here. So that can charge there. Twist tie on here to control your cord. You could probably do it in a neater manner, but if you always have devices sitting around charging, I actually think that's really handy. And in the picture they showed like using, you could put like Echo Dots or different things up there. But I really like, you know, I'm a big fan of keeping your counters cleared off. So I really like how if you continuously have things charging, you can keep it up off there. This is very sturdy. So I think you could put 2 phones on here, multiple things. You could put your AirPods and something else. And it would work in a bathroom too if you have things that you charge in there. So I think this is actually pretty cool. All right. And in our center drawer here, as I just remembered this other product that I found, our center drawer always gets kind of messy, and I never had a good solution for our spice packets and various packets of seasonings that we use. So I saw this divided container and I thought, wow, I feel like that would work so well. So we're gonna test it out. I'm gonna get everything switched over to it, clean out the drawer a little bit. Oh my goodness. Get everything back in place. And wow, this feels so much better in here. I'm telling you, when you find the right organizing tool for the space, it makes a huge difference, right? Now, not all of these organizing solutions are winners, right? But when you find the right one for the right place, you know it'll stand the test of time, work for many, many years to come, then it definitely feels like the investment is worth it. That just makes my heart so happy. And then, oh, one other thing here, let me show you quick. This is the plastic shopping bag holder. I was asked, I had one from IKEA that I've showed, I don't even remember when, and I get questions about it still. So they sell them at IKEA, but this you can also get off Amazon, where you just put in your plastic bags and then it dispenses them. So if you have like a traditional pantry or closet nearby, you can put this in. We don't really have a good place for it. We keep our plastic bags in a drawer. I don't know. But for those of you who would actually have a spot, it's much sleeker and more beautiful. So this is a great option too. Okay, let's head out to the car. I am kind of excited about this like a bag holder, trash bag holder, garbage bag holder thing. So let's go see if, I don't know, if it'll actually work. Now I'm feeling like, it's probably not even gonna work, whatever. So I saw Callie from But First Coffee, except her channel is now called, I'll put it here. But she was showing on Amazon these like tearaway garbage bags and stuff, and it just looked very wasteful to me and kind of expensive. I love Callie. I think it could like be a great solution, but I'm just very frugal, right? So let's see. So we got this guy. This is a little thing that holds the bags, and it comes with bags, but also I think you could just use like your plastic shopping bags if you get those. And so this sticks to someplace in your car, and then the bags just hook on. So my plan when I ordered it was to stick it right here on the wood thing, although I guess the seat is kind of far forward right now. Gotta put the seat at a normal distance. Okay, so my thought was to put it there and then have the bags hang off of it. So if we stuck it right here, it's still kind of overlapping the seat a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so these are the bags that come with it. It says it's like a medium bag. Oh, why are they green? I think I knew they were green, but why do they need to be green? Oh, I see. They're not actually that big of a bag. Okay, I just want to do a practice, like put a bag on, see how that looks before we actually like do the 3M adhesive and like stick it on forever and ever. At least it's like, it's just black and it kind of blends in, so I think it'll be, how does this even go on here? Get this side on. There we go. Okay, it wasn't actually that hard. It's just hard to, I don't know what. Okay, so that's what it's like. So if we stick this here, it's kind of low and out of the way. Like I'm thinking if I'm on the driver's side, I'm trying to put garbage in something. I don't actually see that being super practical. So, and there's just really nowhere to do it higher. One other thought was in the back seat. Let me look at that. Our car is super dirty right now. We haven't done the post-winter like full clean out yet. Man, we should really probably do that soon. All right, I think it could go right like that, and that would be good because the kids can use it, and then I think it would be easy enough for me to reach from the driver's seat back to put stuff into it, and then it's just really easy to unhook it. Now, could we put like a regular plastic shopping bag on there? I don't know, it'd probably hang pretty low, but if we're on a road trip or something at least it wouldn't be getting kicked around and all of that. So I think right here might be actually our best option. I still don't love that the bags are green, but I think I can't pass that. I can probably find some like black ones to order or something. Overlook how dirty things are, but I actually like this. I was a little worried that the bag wouldn't hold that much, but I think actually, I mean, we don't want to fit like 2 weeks worth of garbage in it, right? Like I think that's actually pretty nice. I'm sure you should have like prepped the surface and everything, but it really feels, I don't think that's going anywhere. So I think we might have a winner here. All right, well, I think that's where we'll wind up for today. I'm sorry, I'm not a very good Amazon reviewer. I feel like I should practice more or get better at it or something. I don't know. I really try to be honest though, because I know I could make any of these products look super cool and awesome if that were the goal, but I really just want to pass on the ones that I think are the tried and true favorites, and I am going to return a bunch of that other stuff too. So I'm glad that's always an option. Don't keep stuff just because. If it's not like a really great fit and a good product, when you open it up, send it back. It's not worth it. Then it just becomes clutter, right? All right. Well, I will make sure there's links to everything down below. Of course, I would love to know if you have found any great, super great organizing products on Amazon or anywhere else lately. Will you let me know? Because I really do enjoy being able to share it with others too, because it makes our house function better. Do we have to have them? No, but it does help everything function a little bit better. All right. I love you. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you again soon.